Good morning, friends. Welcome to another podcast. Any of you guys remember John Travolta playing the role of Vinnie Barbarino in Welcome Back, Kotter when things were unclear to him? He would yell out, "I'm so confused! I'm so confused!" Well, I'm in a place where I can really understand and identify with that particular frustration Travolta was going through in that often comical sitcom. Um, Some things have happened recently in my life that have made it such that I've been frustrated because I want God to honor me as a Christian and clear things up. There's so many things going on currently in my life that are such that I'm totally confused about what God is trying to teach me and what I should do. What is my active role in trying to get out of this confusion? But as the good book says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. That's a hard lesson to learn because the biggest problem we have as people, and Christians are included in this, is patience. We want God to fix things, and we want him to fix things now. Or if not fix things, at least let us be aware of why is it happening, and why is it seem to be getting murkier each day. Um, Also, as a Christian, there are times when we've gone through things, we've made mistakes. We feel that there's injustice or inequity in how we're being treated as far as punishment goes. These things are all, issues we wrestle with, and a lot of times we don't exactly know how to proceed on these issues. So therefore, we are confused, frustrated, and I can identify with that. One thing I have recognized, and God has taught me this painfully over the past week or so, is how maybe I've not been empathetic to people who may be going through similar circumstances, or even my prayer life when I've prayed for people who may have had unspoken requests or say they're going through things, how I really have not been compassionate in my prayers and recognize how painful this is and how Christians actually have to truly trust in God in a unique way because they just don't know what to do. They don't have the answers, and it's very unsettling. It can create like dry mouth, pain in the chest, a lot of other things because you just feel like, wow, this is so wrong, so frustrating. Um, but I want to thank a lot of people who have been helpful in these circumstances. We've had an issue as parents where we wonder if we've parented wrong in some ways and have caused some character flaws in one of our kids that has resulted in him being disciplined for a particular measure. And I believe in the reap and sow laws that God has instituted. And when people do things, it has ripple effects, not only on the person who created the offense, but those people who are closest to him. Families, in some ways, get singled out, and in some ways can be um, kind of tainted in a sense, or shamed because it becomes public knowledge. Um, and that's just the way life is. If why God allows this to happen, we can only guess. Maybe it's a humbling factor to make us really trust in Him and know that as bad as things get, we can know that God still loves us and He's gonna keep His arms around us even under difficult circumstances. But one thing I have learned, and I'm thankful for the people who have been encouraging to my wife and I in these circumstances and have prayed for us and who know and are privy to some of the details of these things, that I will really be mindful of the fact that when I know somebody has done something wrong, or parents maybe have parented wrong, and somebody has done something wrong in a particular situation that I become aware of, even though there's no excuse necessarily for what they did, I'm going to be so compassionate regarding the discipline they get, or the punishment, because I know it can happen. I know even with our best intentions, our best efforts, we're going to make mistakes, sometimes serious mistakes, sometimes ungodly mistakes that become known to people, and people can so easily want to get sanctimonious about that. Um, and I just hope that if it happens to them, that I understand that even if they were sanctimonious, it's still an awful thing, and I don't want to be angry or bitter at people who go through trials, even if it's their own doing, because it's not fun. and it's painful and it's uncomfortable. It is, and as human beings, I want to be there so when there's an opportunity to pick them up, they recognize that I was always there willing to pick them up and not kicking them down at the beginning and only picking them up when I guess, well, everybody else is picking them up, I guess I should just let it go now. No, I want to be there to recognize that there's opportunity to restore people and recognize their value. Jesus recognized our value even while we were totally ungodly and shaking our fists at him as one who was totally against him. He still loved us and was there to have compassion, sympathy. And I pray that's how God changes me, and I pray that everybody will be mindful of that our opportunity as Christians is to be kind, empathetic, and caring to those who do wrong, and really want to forgive them. Just some thoughts for today, and thank you for joining me. Bye for now.